This is NBR Today. The New Zealand Law Society has committed itself to a major shake-up of its practices and setup following a review by Dame Sylvia Cartwright, although its president says culture change still needs to happen. The former Governor-General has concluded her review into the process for reporting on harassment and inappropriate behaviour in legal workplaces, which was prompted by allegations of misconduct at Russell McVeigh. Dame Sylvia released a raft of recommendations after concluding that disciplinary procedures designed to protect consumers of legal services simply could not accommodate such sensitive complaints. New Zealand Law Society President Catherine Beck says given many of the changes require law reform, it's hard to say when the raft of recommendations will all be put into play. She spoke to NBR's Victoria Young.
Clearly this was work that was overdue, and so having the sustained scrutiny that we've had, while incredibly uncomfortable, I have to say, it's been good for us. You know, we've been able to go, right, we have to fix this. And I think the profession has not been able to step back from that commitment, partly because of the sustained scrutiny. So if that's what it's taken to make us go, wow, we really need to sort this out, then, you know, I think in part that's what was needed, but that's all for the good.
Opposition from CBL Corporation shareholder and Managing Director Peter Harris has delayed a High Court liquidation hearing for the failed insurer to next year. An application by two Chinese banks to liquidate CBL was due to be heard at the High Court today. 2 weeks ago, CBL's administrators, Brendan Gibson and Neil Jackson, told the NZX they were not aware of any opposition to the liquidation. However, it's understood CBL shareholder Oceanic Securities, a Singapore holding company for Mr Harris, filed a notice of opposition last week. Lawyers sought a new court hearing date in early February to allow a watershed meeting to take place as scheduled by February 15. NZX is rewriting its rulebook, but NBR columnist Shoeshine suspects the Financial Market Authority has played a major role in slipping a tricky little regulatory clause into the rewrite that will outdo all the good in it. This clause is the constructive knowledge test for continuous disclosure. Now, the clause is being inserted to cut out the director's "we didn't know" excuse, preventing the gaming of the system by unscrupulous actors. But Shoeshine argues this will increase directors' workload and the risk of being T-boned by regulators, so they will want a substantial rise in fees. And this means the complexity of continuous disclosure, the desire not to have a reputation skewered by regulators and courts, and the commercial expediency of keeping a few things close to the chest would be top reasons why private companies will forsake an NZX listing. Shoeshine argues the unlisted platform, now known as the USX, will be looking a pretty good place for cautious boards too. Electricity generator and retailer Mercury New Zealand has announced the sale of its smart metering business Metrics to Australian-based IntelliHub for $270 million. Metrics provides advanced metering infrastructure and services to New Zealand's electricity retailers. The Auckland-based business employs 90 people and manages more than 460,000 metres throughout the country. IntelliHub provides smart metering services to the New Zealand and Australian markets. It's supported by majority shareholder Pacific Equity Partners. Mercury CEO Fraser Winneray says under the sale agreement, Mercury's retail business will continue to partner with Metrics, benefiting from the metering services and innovation that Metrics will provide under its new ownership. The New Zealand Shareholders Association says Vital Healthcare's manager, Northwest Healthcare, has overstepped the mark by pressuring unit holders to change AGM votes they've already cast. NZSA Chief Executive Michael Midgley says all unit holders have received information on which to make their decision, and the manager should respect unit holders' decisions and not question them about it. According to the NZSA, at least one unit holder was told to vote against the resolutions proposed by the unit holder. Another was asked if they would like advice on how to vote. and one was told they'd made a poor choice in how they voted. A unit holder rebellion has been brewing for some time over Vital's manager and largest unit holder Northwest's business practices, including Vital lending $40 million to Northwest on unclear terms and management fees increasing 553% in the 6 years Northwest has held the management contract. Vital Healthcare Chief Executive David Carr dismisses the claims and says votes aren't being solicited. So to tomorrow, emission trading schemes changes are on the way. So what does it mean for business? Do you even understand it? And just how important is it that your business gets on board? For more on that and other stories, just head to our website. Have a great evening.
To unlock your 2 free articles a week, head to nbr.co.nz.